Hi everyone, Adrian from Audio Excellence Canada. We're going to do an unboxing of the Sonus Faber Gravis II subwoofer, and I'll go into some details about what it can do, what's unique about it, and then as a special bonus we'll compare it physically anyway against one of its wonderful competition. Anyway, here we go. Just as a background, Sonus Faber subwoofers are designed by them and manufactured in Italy. Double boxed. And I think we'll just slide it out. Oh look, it even tells you open the other side. So we opened the right side. Okay. The manual, accessories box, packaging, interesting. Okay. I'm just going to turn it around and dump it. Okay. Look at that. This one is finished in, as you can see, black piano. This is the passive 10-inch woofer. And look at this beautiful leather top, amplifier in the back. We'll go into all the details about the connections in a second. And the front is an active 10-inch. Okay, so let's go into some of the physical details first. It's $14.99 US, one 10-inch long throw paper treated cone, wide rubber surround, as you can see, one 10-inch passive long throw at the bottom, treated paper cone, wide rubber surround, same thing, 350 watt continuous 700 watts peak class AB amplifier, which is in the back, continuously adjustable frequency, crossover frequency. So Angus, if you want to come in a little bit closer, that's it over here. So it goes from 30 to, what is that, 120, and it's continuously adjustable. One thing, just as a piece of feedback, I wish that on the larger marks, they would put the frequency so it's easier to reference. So that's one thing. 24 dB per octave, so that would be the, I guess that would be in the actual crossover itself, the slope itself. Phase switch 0 or 180, so that would be this switch over here. When we actually do a setup, I'll go into details about how to adjust the subwoofer. Auto on off, which would be this one over here. So if you leave it on auto, if after a few minutes there's no signal, the amplifier will sense that and shut itself into a standby. If you want it on all the time, then leave it on. Okay, so these are different inputs. You have line level input, LFE input, and you have the speak on high level inputs. So if you have a preamplifier, for example, with a second set of RCA outputs. You can take one and connect it over here. This is obviously for home theater, so it's LFE. And this is where you connect it to the back of your amplifier. And we'll get into that in a second. Measurements: 15.9 inches high, 14 inches wide, and 16 inches deep, or 404 millimeters high, 356 millimeters wide, and 408 millimeters deep. It's 47.3 pounds or 21.5 kilograms. Available finishes are walnut, Wenge matte white, or piano black. And you also have the option of adding a wireless receiver to this with a separate wireless transmitter. Okay, here is the interesting comparison. I'm going to bring over. Okay, so this is the very well-known REL subwoofer. REL has been making subs for many, many decades. I think 3 decades, perhaps, maybe 4. They popularized the connectivity of using high-level connections. In other words, you connect speaker wire from the back of the amplifier into the subwoofer itself. Now the subs are powered, so they're not actually using the power from the power amplifier, but by connecting it this way, ostensibly, the sound quality of your system is now feeding, if you will, or influencing the subwoofer itself, and therefore, in theory, the blend of the subwoofer, once it's connected and set up properly, the sound of the subwoofer takes on the characteristics of your system. My first recollection of this type of connectivity was actually by Vandersteen, the 2SW subwoofer, or the 2W subwoofer. So as you can see, they're physically quite similar. Now this one, by the way, is the previous generation. REL just came out with the latest version. Let me just get the actual model so I don't screw it up. This is called the REL T9i. The latest version is the T9X. The T9X is slightly larger, I believe. Size-wise, it's somewhat similar to the Gravis. But for our purposes right now, we have the 9i. Anyway, so let me also take out the grill so you can see. Again, very similar. And also at the bottom, it's got a 10-inch woofer as well. And this is active, this is passive. Now you might be asking, why do they look so similar and why do they have the same connectivities? I'll turn it around so you can actually see. Very handsome. I would say both of them very, very handsome. Okay, so you can see that there's a lot of similarities. There's speak-on connection here. You've got the high-level, low-level adjustments, the crossover adjustment, and the, what is this? Yeah, RCA input, speak-on, LFE input. And so, you know, why do they look so similar? Well, going back a few years ago, Sumiko was the distributor for REL subwoofers in North America. And then, I can't remember exactly when, but maybe 7-8 years ago, perhaps longer, Sumiko, the distribution company, was sold to the holding company that today is known as Macintosh Group. But REL Subwoofers, the company, was not a part of that acquisition. So when that happened, Sonus Faber, if I understand correctly, started designing the subwoofers under the Sumiko brand to replace the REL subwoofer company products that the acquisition company, I guess, did not inherit. And because they liked the design and the concept so much, they obviously made very, very similar products. There are some differences, but in terms of the physicality, the physical characteristics, they're more similar than different. Sonically, I haven't tested them yet, so it'll be interesting to compare the two and see what the results are going to be. As I say, the latest version, cosmetically and physical characteristics are more similar than different to the Sonus Faber. There are some differences, however. I'll just highlight them. The Gravis subwoofer is 14 inches wide, 15.9 inches high, 16 inches deep. The latest REL subwoofer is 14.5 inches by 13.4 inches by 15.5 inches. So very, very similar. Weight-wise, this earlier version is lighter. It's not quite as heavy as the newest one. The newest one is 45.5 pounds. The Gravis is 47.3 pounds. Price-wise, they're almost identical as far as I can tell. So those are the two that I'm aware of on the market that use similar connectivity, especially the high-level connectivity. One thing I will say, regardless of the sound, which I will be comparing and seeing which one I prefer, one thing I really love about REL is that they have a great website, really good tutorials, really good blogs. They constantly send out emails about how to use the sub better, how to do wonderful connections, how to blend it properly. So they've got a great support section on their website. I really like that. Sonus Faber should do a better job of that, and I'm sure they will at some point. For now, what I do appreciate about Sonus Faber are the typical things about Sonus Faber. Things are rounded, more elegant, I think. I love the fact that you've got this piece of leather in the top, which makes it a lot more luxurious. It also allows for more damping. And also, if you look at the bottom, a little touch like that, where the feet could be just as easy as a typical standard cylinder. Can you see that? Right? And yet they've got this little indent over here that's very nice. And then at the bottom here, it's actually a piece of absorbent material that allows, first of all, not to mark the floor in case it's a hardwood floor, but also helps with vibration to help diminish the vibration from the sub onto the floor. So just little things like this. Anyway, that's it for this unboxing video. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do a follow-up of the connectivity setup, how to blend everything, and compare the two and give you an idea of what they both sound like. Anyway, thanks for watching this. Please subscribe, turn on notification, like the video, share it. Add your comments. If you have RELs, by all means, please tell us how you like them. If you have had the Sonus Faber subwoofers or the original Sumiko subwoofers, from which they then transition over to the Sonus Faber subwoofers, let us know. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.